I pledge allegiance to my black people. I pledge to develop my mind and body to the greatest extent possible. I will learn all that I can in order to give my best to my people in the struggle for liberation.
Hello and welcome to this BFI at Home event. I'm Akua Gyamfi, founder of the British Blacklist, and tonight I'm so happy to be joined by Daniel Kaluuya to talk about his new film, Judas and the Black Messiah. Welcome. So let's jump straight into it. How did the role of Fred Hampton come to you?
I was on the set for a Black Panther reshoot. And Ryan and Zinzi Kugler, who's the producers of Judas and the Black Messiah, pulled me to the side and they were just talking about this film. They said, yo, we're making a film about Chairman Fred Hampton and the betrayal by William O'Neill. Lakeith's playing O'Neill and it's directed by Shaka King. We'd love you to play Hampton. And he told me about the intentions and reasons for making it that really spoke to me. And they sent the treatment and I was like, wow. It's hard. Treatments are such a hard medium to kind of get a story across. And so many people use that medium in order to get through the door. And it was a 2-page treatment. I was just like really blown away about how clear and how on it was. And then I met with Shaka in New York because I was on a Get Out award season run. So I was on Shaka in New York, sat down with Shaka. And then I just loved him as a person. I just thought and I loved his reasons for telling the story. And then award season was finished. And then the first script I read was Judas and the Black Messiah. And then it blew me away. It blew me away. And then I was just hollered at Ryan. I was like, yo, I'm in. Right, what's happening?
I love the organic way this happened. And what was it? Have you heard about Fred Hampton before? I mean, or did you know much about him at all?
I didn't know much about him. I do remember I went on a Wikipedia hunt because I saw somewhere the date he died and the date he was born. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. That's a lie. Like, how can he be the chairman at 21 and die I don't understand. And then I was like, oh, and I went to prove it. And then I was like, wait, oh no, he was 21. Yeah. Then I went on the thing, I was like, so I came to it in that sense. That was just years ago, just living my life. And, but I always knew that Chairman Fred and the Black Panther Party, I would want to go on a deep dive into that one day.
And that's what always shocked me about Fred Hampton and I think the rest of the Black Panther leaders and civil rights leaders. They weren't as, I think because we've known about them for so long and it always seems like back in the day. So we have an assumption, I had an assumption that they're much older than they were. So Fred being so young when his life was taken and his passion for the cause and the willing to die for that cause and his fellow Black Panther compadres or whatever, that really, really strikes me. And I don't know if I was that age, if I would have been able to put my life on the line like that. When you were reading for his character and connecting with him, were those thoughts in your mind, like you were so young and could you kind of marry that with how you were at that age? And would you even have been able to be
that? You know, you're as old as the responsibility that you carry is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, when I was 21, I was suing the police. So I was out there. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I just didn't enjoy being public with it. That's not my lane. So it made me understand. I think very early on, I kind of sidelined his age and said that's not an asset in having access to being a vessel to him. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I just realized age is just a concept. I think 21 in the late 60s in Chicago means something very different to 21 in New York or 21 in London now. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just different. I mean, like, look at the ages our parents had kids compared to our generation. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. And so that's what he carried. And that's, you are your purpose and your motivations and your wants and your goals, I feel. And then that can happen at any age. That could be a 7-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. It's because it is about your circumstance as well. So age doesn't come into it. And I can
also
imagine
it's the education as well. It's the education, you know what I mean? Sorry to cut you.
No, you're right. It is about the environment, education, circumstance. Because trying to imagine me at 21 dealing with that, I can't. But actually, when needs must, you just do. And I don't think these guys were like asking for this to be in the civil rights movement, trying to move things forward. But it is what it is.
They had to do what they had to do.
Yeah, it's true. But what else about his character did you tap into? What were the things that you're like, yeah, this is what I need to make the audience really understand about this guy?
For me, it was just like my North Star was just like I was watching his speeches, and I was moved by what he was saying, how he was saying it. It took me like a couple what grasp what he was saying sometimes, because obviously if he's mentioning Jomo Kenyatta, you have to go off and find out who Jomo Kenyatta is, the history, to get his concept again, you know. And then so it took me that, and so my North Star was like, I just want to move people watching my interpretation the way I felt moved watching him. And like in terms of a spiritual space, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of just went into that direction. And also when I was doing the lines, especially when he's sharing knowledge, I'm listening to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going there going, oh, this is how I'm going to play this because I want this effect. I want this. No, I'm just speaking it. And I'm hearing, like sometimes in the context, in the scene, you're hearing it and hearing it, me talking to Algie Smith, incredible actor who played Jake Winters. You're hearing me talking to him. And then like, and you're hearing it and you go, oh, what, how do I want him to, and then because of that interaction, then the words are something different because there's an emotional bond to it. Yeah. If you're in isolation on reading it as a script, you don't really get those ideas because you're not in, you know, it was coming from a deep love for his own and deep love for his community. So the words took a different meaning when you're around people that he wanted to pour love into.
I literally can feel what you're saying because and having the set, the people that are responding to you and knowing that these are real people too, it brings a different spirituality to it and different depth. I even actually to all the characters that you play, because your character's all quite significant, but has Fred stayed with you? Because I can't imagine he'd be an easy one to shake off.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to shake off. I mean, doing this press run, he's here. I mean, I've got to engage with that in that time and remember where I was at and the headspace where I was at. So I get reminders of it. So I think I'm too close to experience to really say, oh, when is he going and when is he not? You know what I'm saying? I knew like by tail end of last year, I was kind of letting that spirit go and letting that space go. And then now, you know, I'm out here, Judas and the Black Messiah, you know.
And I mean, you did a phenomenal job, phenomenal job. And I felt the power in your speech. I'm sure everybody just the power came through. So whether that's a spiritual thing or just obviously testament to your skill, but you felt it, you became him. And you've spoken to his son, Fred Hampton Jr. What were the conversations that you had with him? And I'm sure he didn't want to pressure you and put expectations onto you, but were there any, was that kind of conversation, like how, you know, was there an expectation from Fred at all?
No, I think it's just wanting to know what I stood for, you know, just as a man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what, it's like, who are you? Like, what's your intentions? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, certain situations that he put me in, he just kind of see like what, I want to see what he stands for, what he's about, where his mind goes. And I feel that's completely necessary. Do you know what I mean? If someone's gonna be a vessel for this, for their family's legacy, you know what I'm saying, in this moment. So yeah, he just kind of was like, who are you? You know.
So with Charles D. King of Macro and Ryan Coogler exec producing, Shaka King directing and co-writing, there's a whole heap of power of Black behind the scenes of this show, of this film, I should say. What's it like being a part of something that we're seemingly in control of, and how did that affect the mood on set and working on this whole project in general?
It's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's how it's supposed to be. I move like that. The other way was just not how it's supposed to be. It didn't feel comfy. It didn't bring stuff from our perspectives in a compassionate light. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like, even like, I remember my friend came on set to Queen and Slim, and they were just like, man, like, you don't understand what it means to see that many Black women behind the camera in that way. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you just don't see that. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Melina, whether it's Lena, whether it's Shiona, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, but then and you know what it is? It took me out of myself. I go, wow, this is incredible. But I'm just of a firm believer this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. So I move like that.
Yeah, no, I can, again, completely agree, because I think looking back, I think when I launched TBB, I launched British Blackness in 2012, and things have definitely changed, and it's so much better. But there's still work to do. And and there is a Black renaissance, a creative renaissance happening in the UK for sure. But how do you feel about it? Like across your career timeline, do you feel like things are actually shifting now in the UK or?
In the UK?
Yeah, I know you're here and there, but.
Here in the UK, I do think there's a shift. I do think there's a shift. But I have my own theories why there's a shift. I think that the centralization of power within the UK industry is disintegrating. And it's like they cancelled Top Boy. You know what I'm saying? But because they don't hold it anymore, it's going to Netflix, and then it becomes a big show and it's a big hit and everyone around the world is watching it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? It was like so how accurate were they to cancel it for artistic reasons? But that's all politics. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that is where it is. So it's like, and I see Dane Baptiste doing his thing, Moda Comedians doing his thing. Incredible people are doing amazing stuff that I've witnessed, like in the UK. Samson Kayo, just one that makes me happy.
Yeah, same.
Danielle Vitalis. I think there's incredible people, like genuine talents, like incredible talents. And then like you can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? I just think you can't stop it. Like you can't stop John Boyega. You can't stop it. You know what I mean? So it's that thing where like it's written. So it's just like, yeah, you can have those obstacles, but if you can't stop it, you can't stop it. And just, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. And, you know, when you look back on your career, I think we first interviewed you back in 2016 and you were about to star in Blue Orange at the Young Vic. So what have been the most significant insights you picked up as a man and as the actor you were back then to who you are today? Things have changed significantly for you, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
no,
not.
they've changed. Like, I wouldn't be wearing this kind of jacket 2016, I tell you that for free. Hey, no. It's so much has happened.
Yeah, literally.
So it's weird because it feels like I'm still in it. I mean, I'm still too in it to kind of see what's changed. Do you know what I'm saying? I know functionally, like I have to really divorce certain mentalities that I had in 2016 that were holding me back. You know what I'm saying? And not holding me back as like an actor or a career, just holding me back my happiness. You know what I'm saying? And not accepting that like I've moved on. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so, and just kind of being clear that like, also learning how to delegate. You know what I'm saying? It's been a huge one for me because I always used to do everything all the time and I was killing myself. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, when you say delegate, is that letting other people handle your schedule because you were out there hunting for jobs and work and stuff?
Out there on the schedule, but it's that thing where like, knowing that like I can't do it or I can't do my certain things in a certain way because I'm in this position, I need to be on set. If I'm meant to be on set, I need to be focused, like, and I'm there all day on set and I'm in Albuquerque, when am I paying my tax? When am I going to jump on the phone to pay my tax? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's that level of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need people that are on it to kind of help you build and like grow because it's not about me. It's like something I'm channeling. It's an energy space that you're sitting in. It's something that Jay-Z said that really resonated with me. It's like it's just your inner energy space and it's coming through you. You know what I'm saying? And you're just sitting in that energy space. And it's just like, how are you gonna? And also, you want to share what you have as well. I mean, and so it's important to kind of like not do everything for yourself.
You know, with you, it seems like I think I said it earlier on that you have been, your choice of role has been quite significant and well thought. Has it always been, was it calculated? Like, have you been really clear and precise about the roles that you take? Or have you, I don't know, have you just been blessed with the roles that have come to you?
I think it's a bit of both in a sense. Like I say that I don't know if I can have this kind of career 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it is like the fruit of incredible work of people that came before me, and people broke down doors and XYZ. Also, I don't know. It's like calculated. Like I don't go, I want to do that. It's just I'm just like I just listen to me. I just go, where am I at? You know what I'm saying? And if I read something, if I don't feel it, and it could be awkward that like means saying no, I just say no though. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like, because it's just like, it's not even like I say no. It's just like, I appreciate you, man, for thinking of me. But if I don't believe it, a different me, you don't even want the me that shows up.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not even like, if my heart and soul's in it, it's a different vibe. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just that. It's like I'm saving you from, like, I don't know. I'll be like anti and not want to be here like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, so yeah. So what I really did do is educate myself on what I like. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I can be uncompromising about that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like it. So say as if I was free in a sense that, say as if like Judas come out and people say, I don't like it. I'm like, that's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I can take it. I'm confident in why I like something. I don't need if like 7 billion people in the world say something's not good and I like it. I like it. I don't like I'm just confident in that and I just move with that.
I mean, yeah, because I was speaking to somebody earlier on, I think Dominique Moore, and it was just, I think she was saying that when she was picking roles when she was younger, she felt like it was pretty much grab everything because you never know, because tomorrow's not promised when it comes to being an actor. But I think that's a real skill to have
that's a kind of mindset I had to leave.
Yeah.
I said sometimes they kind of educate yourself, subconsciously educate yourself because you're black, you're not worthy.
Yes.
You feel me? You're not worthy of certain things and certain moves in a certain way, or you should be grateful that like we're making you wait in a certain way, but you wouldn't make a certain white brother wait. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't believe in that. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't, like, I just said like, no. I know I give my all. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm enough. So if I move like that and if I believe in that, I have to move like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it goes, oh, well, you're not going to work. I didn't work for 1.5 years during that shift. Like, do you know what I'm saying? No one knows that bit. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's that thing where, but like, is that, and I just go, I trust what my path is. I think there's got to a point where, for me, there was clear racism in this industry in the UK. And then if I was continuously giving myself, then I am participating in it.
Sure.
For myself. So I had to just remove myself out of it in that kind of context. And I just went into myself and go, what do I like something? What do I want to do? Do I even want to do acting? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? But I hadn't, remember, I've been in the game like working since 16. So I never really had that moment to kind of like check myself and kind of be clear. You feel me?
Yeah. And I think that's what Dominique was saying, being young as well, not having the guidance or the mentors to kind of give you insight. But I think sometimes you just have to live it, because where she's at now, where you're at now, is in a much informed place. And it is that power of saying no, or yes, or I don't care what anyone says, I like it, so I'm going to do it. You are Oscar nominated, and congratulations on your Golden Globe nomination. And thank you for the shout on the red carpet. I don't think I've ever got to say thank you, because, you know, everyone's like, that's what, Daniel? Oh, yeah, that's my brother, man. That's my nephew. That is it. So thank you for that.
Oh, that's cool. That's funny.
You know, obviously Get Out was so freaking huge and groundbreaking. Was there any, and I'm sure you've answered this a million times, but not to me, was there any time during filming or even when you read the script that you had any idea that it was going to be this explosive?
All I knew, I remember there was one scene and I was strangling Alison, and I realized all it takes is one black person to watch this scene, and every black person is going to watch this film.
Wow, okay.
I knew that like the imagery of that was never, that I've never seen that before. When I was there, I kind of had an out of body experience, and I was like, oh wow, this is different. This is different gravy. But in terms of the success that happened, no way. I didn't think of. That's why it took me by surprise. I was like, what's happening, man? I'm just living my life, bro. I was still in the estate. When it came out, I was like, whoa, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, it was just mad to me. But it happened, and you just kind of act accordingly, and I'm happy I stayed sane, if I'm being real.
And well done for staying sane, because that could have gone to my head. Just you shouting me out on the carpet went to my head. I told everybody, yes, that's my best friend. But then, and what is, I mean, I think people assume that when you get an Oscar nomination or actually win, the door is open, and every door you walk through is, you know, everything, every choice you make is a yes and everything. But is it like that? Is there a bit of, can you bring us down to earth?
My thing about that is, Akua, yeah, it's like, when you get into that position, you didn't get in that position by that outside validation.
Truth.
So when the people get the outside validation, I just think, why would you expect to change tack? It's just like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, that doesn't make, so that's what I appreciate this. I appreciate the like nominations mainly because like it means that the film that I believe in more people will watch it. Do you know what I'm saying? It gets on a different platform. But for me, it's just like I'm gonna keep approaching my career from the place that got me in a position in doing the stuff I want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna look at an organization because, well, now I'm this, now I'm that. Maybe for the deal, you know, it can get me, but it's like it's on stuff. Like in terms of the project, it's how I feel. I mean, it's about my team, how we feel, not necessarily what I'm not looking at a recognition organization to dictate my career.
So outside of acting, you're producing with Femi Fadugba's The Upper World and writing, and most recently you did the short Two Single Beds. So can you talk a bit about how different the creative experience is behind the camera, and are you going to direct anytime soon?
Behind the camera, I find it fun.
Yeah.
I like having creative conversations and talking and building stuff. That's how I got into the game. It's like just making stuff with your friends, making plays, making YouTube videos, just making things. So that for me is like why I got into it. Like you're talking to like-minded people when you talk about creative things. I mean, I find that really fun. So I love that. And then in terms of directing, I can see that's the road. I think I'm going into that direction. I'm just not sweating it like that. Do you know what I mean? There's time. So it's that thing where like, but I can see that like, oh, this is all leading to that. I don't see myself acting for very long, if I'm being real.
Don't say that. You're going to make everybody cry.
Why cry?
Because you're a good actor. Come on, man.
Nah, yeah, bro. I'm not. I shouldn't say that, should I? But it's that thing where like, I just don't think like, I just been doing it since so young.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, so essentially like, yeah, like when I'm 36, it'll be 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time to be doing something like, and you got to challenge yourself and keep growing as a creative. That's all. I don't think I'll walk away forever, but it's just that it's just not going to be. And I also is like, I do care about the quality of my work, and there isn't always that level of quality. Just life. There's just life. So why would I compromise the quality that I love just to do that if I've worked this hard to be in a position to do that? You feel me?
Yeah.
It just depends on different intentions. Other people that do loads of stuff, that's incredible. I think that's amazing life. It's just that if I listen to me, and to be honest, I can wake up tomorrow morning and say, you know what, Daniel, you chat shit. That's bullshit. And I could my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but it's that thing at this current moment in time, that's just how I feel.
Yeah, no, that's fair. We'll drag you out though. But yeah, I get it though. It's true. It's true. So what has the current climate taught you about yourself, from lockdown to George Floyd to COVID to politics over here and the US, the state of the world today?
What's all that taught me about myself?
Yeah, because I mean, to me, it's like, for me personally, I'm not taking any prisoners, not taking things lying down, fixed up my whole kind of outlook on what I need to do. Just being put in that pressure.
When I talk about myself, I'll tell you the sentence. It's a realization I clocked the other day, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought I was really original, but then I realized I'm a Pisces. And they taught me I'm a Pisces. I'm really textbook Pisces. I'm really textbook. Like, it's really textbook. And it taught me I'm this deep fish that goes in, and I like my own company. I do like my own company. Yeah. I realize I like me. I do think I like me. I think I'm wavy because I'm a fish. You know what I'm saying? So like, it taught me all that. So, but like, yeah, I just gone deep. I found out some stuff, but it's more like I found out like, but what, like, I even found out like, what is you though? Like, what is you? Like, if you just like, there's certain things you do, that's just what you've inherited or what you've seen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do you like that? You know what I'm saying? I found out I'm used to things I don't like. So just kind of like, sidelining that. But in terms of the whole world, like, I don't know. I engage with my world, not their world, you know?
So final question, as Judas and the Black Messiah is about to be released, what's been the most significant moment about being involved in this film for you?
I think sitting down with the family, man, in Chairman Fred's home, and having that 7-8 hour meeting. And it's like conversation that I will just carry with me for the rest of my life, the energy of that room and what I've learned about everyone around me. You know what I mean? You learn things about your collaborators that you just wouldn't ask.
Mm.
You just wouldn't come up. You know what I mean? You just learn about their reasons for doing work, for being in this industry. And I learned so much. I learned so much about the family. I learned so much about myself because they asked me questions that I was like, oh yeah, oh my God, I do have an answer. You know what I mean? She asked me like, why do you make art? What do you think the meaning of art is? I remember there was something that was said in that room. I can't remember. I think it must have been Chairman Fred Jr. He said and it's how I feel, genuinely how I feel, but he articulated it. He said the music don't make the streets make the music.
Mm.
And it really puts in perspective what I do in terms of art. It's like people say, oh, you're changing culture. Are you? Culture's changing. You're just documenting it.
Mm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's all ego, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Things are moving. Like that's real life. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that was made me just go, yeah, that's how I feel. And people are like, oh, this is changing the what? Is it changing the what? I don't know. If someone like someone's granny, yeah, is on the street and is struggling with her bags, and a brother goes and helps the granny, that I feel that's changing the world.
Mm.
You feel me? Like, that's putting out love and energy out there. So that's what for me is like that room, the conversations and stuff that happened in that was really profound, and that was huge.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for your
Thank
time.
you, man.
Fantastic performance, and I can't
Thank
wait for everyone else to see it. You're doing your thing, brother.
Appreciate you.
Now I have to say thank you very much for your film and your time this evening, and thank you all so much for watching at home. Judas and the Black Messiah will be out in the UK and available to watch on BFI Player soon. And if you enjoyed this event, please subscribe to the BFI YouTube channel, where there's more Judas and the Black Messiah activity happening this week. Thanks so much and good night.